All right, what's up, guys? This is hopefully the install video for my 4IS bumper conversion for my 2006 IS350. We've got, I think, everything we, at the bare minimum, need today to get it done. So what we're doing today is we need to put the grille inside the bumper, and I've got screws right here for that. I've also got clips here and here for these side pieces that go down below on the side of the bumper. And honestly, there's one more piece of plastic piece that goes, I think, either at the top or the bottom. I can't recall at this very moment. I've got that outside in the car, and we'll do that as well. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to put the side pieces in with both these clips and these clips. These are the ones that came with the bumper, and I found these ones online, and these ones should work too. They're a tiny bit smaller, but I think they'll do pretty much the exact same stuff. I've also got some painter's tape and a screwdriver here. We're going to use a tape around the edges for the grill before we put the grill in, because it is in a catch right here, and I think just along here a bit, and then the same on the other side, and I think probably some down there as well, because I don't want to scratch the bumper if we can help it. I mean, you know, let's face it, guys, it might happen. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to get the bumper on my bed here, which is, for all intents and purposes, it's my workshop right now. We're going to get the grill and the bumper hopefully together right now first. Let's do it. All right, I've got the bumper on my bed. I've got my table here holding everything up. Works fine. I think what we'll do actually first is probably side vents, because they are less daunting. There's one for each side, obviously, and they just pop in with these things, and then clips hold them in on the other side. Pretty straightforward. 5 clips per side, right? And a screw. So I think we need a screw here. Then we need, this pops in. We're gonna need 1, 2, 3 clips here. I think 4 clips. One in the corner right there too, I think, right? Or that just pops in too. So we need 3 clips there. So quickly, looks pretty good. There's a tiny bit of a gap right here. And the screws aren't going to help that. It's where the clip goes. I think what I'll do, though, I've got some really good VHB 3M tape that I'll use and just stick that a little bit to the inside. So I'll do that. But the back, pretty straightforward. Screw here, clip, clip, clip. And these right here and there just sort of pop in. There's also one extra hole here for a screw, but I mean, it doesn't really do much. Like it's not loose or anything over there on this side, like near the bottom. But I might just use 3M and just stick that as well. I don't see it coming off or anything, but like there's no hole here for on the bumper. Same on the other side actually as well. There's a hole right there. I don't know why, but we'll make sure it's all steady. So I'm gonna go ahead. It's really dirty back here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll 3M the front, and then I'll do the other side next. All right. So these side vents are pretty much all on. I've used some 3M VHB just on the back there to get a bit more flush. I'm still going to work it a bit more after, so it's going to look a little more flush than what it is. It's pretty good though, it's better. This side, still have to do that. So I'll do that on those sides probably later. I want to get the main grill in right now. And honestly, it's straightforward. It's just that you want to make sure to use painter's tape on a good bit of the grill. So I used it up here mostly, but I'm just going to do a little bit of a test and make sure I don't need any more down at the bottom. Because the bottom usually goes in pretty fine for my test fit, but the top, it's a little bit, it likes to pop in and out a lot before you screw it in, and it like rubs up against here and it scratches, especially right around here and up here. So you definitely want to use painter's tape. I might use a little bit actually more over here, more in the middle as well, because it does like to scratch up here. This is, of course, you know, pretty cheap plastic. So I'll do that. I'm going to pop in the bottom, pop in the sides. I'm just going to pop in the grill, and we'll see where we're at. Looking pretty good, honestly, not bad. Took like, what, 10 minutes of just sort of fiddling with it. I added some more tape, yeah, along the edges. It's actually got sucked in here now because I got pushed in, but that's okay. We're gonna get rid of that dirt. So yeah, definitely make sure you want to tape up around here because it was getting a little bit scuffed right there. But overall, I don't think there's any scratches. I think there's what? Maybe a minor little, can't even see it. You can't even see it on camera, so it's not bad at all. Not even a scratch, just a little indentation. I do have touch-up paint if I need to, but I think overall, not bad. You definitely want to start from the bottom, and I didn't record it. It's super easy, guys. All you gotta do, I just set the grill on its back like this, or the bumper and grill on its back like that. Have it hang over something like my bed. Then I just worked the bottom in first, popped it in, and then once I got the bottom in, I pulled the whole thing up, and I slowly worked the top in. I did screw in a couple screws. I'll show you guys what the screws sort of look like in the back now. There is a lot of holes where you could put screws. I'm going to put screws all on the top because the top is quite thin and it's a little flimsy. I'm going to put screws in the corners right here, right there. But there are lots of holes where screws can go. There's a ton of them. I did screw in the badge, but I think it popped out a little bit, but I'll make sure it's popped back in nicely. We'll screw in right there, right here. I don't think there's any along the bottom. And then there, I think, is some probably in the middle that go through here, maybe right in the middle, in there, possibly. I'm not too sure yet, but I'm just going to sort of stick screws wherever I can stick screws, and we'll sort of go from there. So I'll do that, then I will jump to sort of the finishing touches on getting the bumper ready. But I think, honestly, guys, kind of the home stretch. I say I'm just worried about scratching the bumper, which just use some tape, hinge tape, use as much as you really want, because you can always take it off later. All right, guys. So the bumper is pretty much off. All I have to do now is just disconnect this last fog lamp and the headlight washer hose. It's super easy to take the bumper off. I didn't really record that bit. It's literally just 1, 2, 3 screws there. And then for me at least, I just had, I think, 1 screw right here and 1 at the bottom down here. So it's just 7 screws. Yeah, 7 screws, not that bad. And then you gotta unplug the fog lamps and the washers. I'm actually contemplating cutting out like a notch for my actual washer so I can still have them function, but I'm not going to do that at least right now. Maybe I'll do that next year, where I'll cut out this notch in the new bumper and put the washers here, because I'd like the washers. That's like a nice function that I like. So the bumper's off. I'm also going to take off my headlights and install another piece inside the headlights, so I'll do that next, and then we'll get the bumper ready to put on. All right, guys, it's been a little bit of time since the bumper has been put on. Obviously, the 4IS conversion was done literally back like 4 months ago, I think, or even like the fall of 2022. And now it is early 2023. So it's been a little bit. It's been just a little bit. One thing I will point out, though, is the fender liner itself that protects the inside of the car from rocks and all that stuff. There is no hole in the bumper where it connects to that. So you might want to go in the bumper itself and drill your own a hole where that meets, so that way it can work perfectly fine. It looks super, super clean, and I would recommend it to anyone if they want to make their 2IS look like a 4IS. One thing you guys might be wondering, though, is cost. So the bumper itself costed me, I think it was $1,000 plus shipping, so maybe $1,500 for the bumper itself, including shipping to me. And I had to paint the bumper, which is, I think, another, we'll say $500. So like, we'll say probably $2,000-ish for everything said and done is what it's going to cost you. And it's probably, I'd say, like a 2-hour job, maybe a 3-hour job if you're really slow. But like, I, at this point, could take my bumper off in maybe 10-15 minutes. And then you just have to put the bumper together, which is maybe another half hour, and then put it back on. So it's really not that hard. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll do my best to answer. Obviously, I don't think I've covered everything. There is maybe some little nuances to cover as well. But this is sort of a general overview of the installation of a 4IS conversion for Lexus 2ISs. I'm also going to be doing an update video in the coming week or so, because I haven't done a video for quite a while, and I do want to start doing some more videos on the car. The car has continued to be worked on since then. I've been doing other things IRL, and I haven't really had the time or motivation to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll see you next time.